Hello Barbershop World, it's Benjamin Edwards from barbershophistory.com, and I wanted to chat with you for a few minutes today about the 2014 International Competition recap. Every year I like to do a recap and go over some interesting statistics that happened, all the records that were set, and some things that may not have come to your attention during the contest. Also, I want to talk about the predictions that I made. I had a couple people ask me to do a recap on how my predictions turned out. And also I want to talk to you shortly about the Barbie Awards, which are coming up next week, the second annual Barbie Awards. Let's start with the predictions. So the Harmony Classic competition, Division A, I had predicted Vocal Dimension to win. They came in second by 4 points. Congratulations to Springfield Metro Chorus. A fantastic job. A great performance overall. Division AA, I picked City of Gardens. That was correct. I got that right. For the top 10 choruses, I picked Rich Tones, in no order, Melodiers, Harbor Lights, Skyline, Song of Atlanta, Spirit of the Gulf, Pride of Portland, Pride of Kentucky, Buffalo Gateway, and Oklahoma City. Of those, Rich Tones came in second, Melodiers first, Harbor Lights third, Skyline fifth, Song of Atlanta 12th out of the top 10, Spirit of the Gulf 10th, Pride of Portland 4th, Pride of Kentucky 8th, Buffalo Gateway 9th, and Oklahoma City 11th. The two that I left out, incorrectly guessed, were Metro Nashville and City of Lakes. So not too bad, I guess. I got 8 out of 10, and the two that I chose incorrectly ended up 11th and 12th. That's not too bad. I'll take that. I think 2 years ago I got 9 out of 10. Last year I got 7 out of 10, so 8 out of 10, I'll take it. Not too bad. I also made a prediction about the scores, the actual scores for the chorus contest. I suggested that the gap between second place and fourth place was going to be around 215 to 245 points. And I did not guess that Pride of Portland would score so high. And so they ended up being about 140 or so points behind. So that gap was a lot smaller than I expected, about 75 points or so smaller than I expected. The gap from third to fourth, I predicted around 50 points. It was exactly 50 points. For quartets, I predicted the top 15. And I ended up doing pretty well on this. Bling ended up first, Luster 6th, Heat came in 4th, Finesse came in 3rd, Spritzer 9th, Millie Blink 7th, Frenzy came in 5th, Speed of Sound 2nd, Rio came in 12th, Glow came in 13th, Vocality 10th, Roxy 14th, Crush came in 8th, and GQ came in 11th. The one I got wrong was Yahtzee, who last year in Honolulu got 11th, I believe, and this year fell to 27th. And in their spot, the one I didn't correctly guess was Boston Accent, a former Harmony Inc. champion. So I got 14 out of 15. I'll take that. That's not too bad. So overall, I think I did okay. Maybe next year we'll get y'all to predict a little bit, and we'll see if you can beat me. For the choruses, in the chorus competition this year, we had some very interesting statistics, some rules, some records broken, and I wanted to talk to you about that. Now, one interesting thing is that the chorus is placing second, third, and fourth this year. Rich Tones, Harbor Lights, and Pride of Portland, they all set the record for the highest ever score at that placement. So the Rich Tones had the highest second place score of all time. Harbor Lights had the highest third place score of all time. All of those were broken. Now, Melodiers did not break the all-time record that's still owned by Ronica from last year. However, the Melodiers scored 1537 in the finals round, if you don't count the bonus points. That's the highest round score of all time, which beat Ronica's score last year when they scored 1530. Ronica, however, still holds the record for the highest semifinals round score with 1528, which they got last year. Both the Melodiers and the Rich Tones were tied after Thursday, each getting 1,515 points. This year, no chorus earned all 80 bonus points, and that's the first time that has happened since 2007 in Calgary. The Melodiers songs Let a Smile Be Your Umbrella and When You're Smiling, the medley, and I've grown accustomed to His Face. They both broke the records for the highest scoring individual songs. The Uptune scored 768, and the I've Grown Accustomed to His Face scored 769. So those are the highest scoring Uptune and ballad in history. The third highest scoring song of the entire contest was Cuddle Up a Little Closer by Harbor Lights. That was in the finals, and that scored 764. There were no penalties in any of the chorus contests this year. The Melodiers earned the second highest chorus score in history at the international level. The Rich Tones earned the fourth highest score in the history of Sweet Adelines, and the Harbor Lights earned the 10th. And for only the second time since 2000, Song of Atlanta finished out of the top 10. They ended up 12th. The Rich Tones have now placed in the top 10 12 consecutive contests going back to 1985. They have 5 golds and 3 silvers and 2 bronze medals in that time. The Melodiers have only lost 1 contest. Listen to this. 1 contest in 20 years, going back to 1990. Well, they won the championship for the first time in 94 in Reno, so it's going to be before that. The only time they lost in 2006 to the Rich Tones in Las Vegas. Choruses who earned their highest ever international score include Wichita, Rich Tone. Now this is only those who have been to international before, so I'm not counting the Woodland Show Chorus and some groups like that. Wichita, Rich Tones, Upper Chesapeake, Pride of Portland, Metro Nashville, the Melodiers, Liberty Oak, Harbor Lights, Fourth Valley, City of Lakes, Buffalo Gateway. So congratulations to all of you. Some notable improvements I want to mention for choruses. City of Lakes went up 50 points from their last international contest. Fourth Valley went up 85. Liberty Oak went up 74. Upper Chesapeake raised their score by 63 points. Pride of Portland improved 241 points. That's the most since Roniga from 08 to 11, that improvement cycle. But that was over 3 years, whereas the Pride of Portland has only been over the last 2 years. So the last time it happened over a 2-year span was Scottsdale, when they improved 262 points from 08 in Honolulu to 2010 in Seattle. So congratulations to all of y'all. Also, Metro Nashville improved 59 points in the semifinals round and earned them their first spot in the finals. So congratulations to Metro Nashville. Now going to quartets. There were 7 quartets this year who competed in the top 10 last year and this year. In other words, there were 7 returning top 10 quartets. We had 1 retire, and of course Love Notes won and therefore is out, and so on. 5 of those 7 quartets who competed in the top 10 both last year and this year scored lower than they did in Honolulu. Only Bling and Speed of Sound scored higher this year. It's a very interesting situation there. 129 points improvements for Speed of Sound. That's crazy. I went back through the records and tried to find when the last time a quartet improved 7 spots. Last year they were 9th. This year they came in 2nd. And to move up 7 spots, I had to go way, way back. I'm talking 20 plus years to find that much improvement from a quartet that had placed in the top 10 previously. We had a couple that went from 7 to 2, 6 to 1, things like that. But not one that went from the 7 full spots. So that's a huge accomplishment. What a huge jump. 129 point improvement for Speed of Sound. The next best improvement among the top 10 quartets was GQ, who raised their score 50 points. There were no penalties in the quartet competition either this year. Bling has now owns the 7th highest quartet score of all time. That's awesome. The highest round score in the quartet contest was Bling in the finals. They scored 1,377 points. No one got all 80 bonus points this year in both the chorus or the quartet contest. The closest in the quartet contest was Finesse, who ended up with 76 bonus points. So they got the closest. But the highest scoring song of the contest, scoring 693 points, was Cuddle Up a Little Closer by Bling. The highest category score in a round was 353 points in the music category by Bling. The highest category score overall was the music category by Bling. They scored 697 in that as well. Some interesting placement changes. Heat was in 3rd place after the semifinals, but finished 4th. Crush was in 5th, but dropped to 8th in the finals. An interesting stat, Bling is the first quartet since Brava, back in 2002, 3, and 4, to twice place second before eventually winning gold. GQ missed the top 10 this year by just 4 points. And this marks the 3rd time in the last 4 years that a mic tester missed the top 10 by 4 points or less. So that top 15 is so tight, especially around 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And finally, during their 10-year career, Bling Quartet earned a total of 17,014 points. That's quite an accomplishment. That's a record of success there. Congratulations to Bling. I'm very, very happy for y'all. Some interesting side notes. Springfield Metro Chorus tied for the 7th highest Division A score ever. And Vocal Dimension earned the 8th. So 2 records set right there. The highest placing non-U.S. chorus was Alba Show, who came in 15th. And the best scoring region overall was Region 25. They did very well this year. Rich Tones came in 2nd. OK City earned 11th spot. Springfield Metro won the Harmony Classic Single A Division, and Top of the Rock placed 3rd in the Double A Division. So those are some interesting stats for the convention. I had a fantastic time. I got to meet a lot of y'all, a lot of the readers who I see comments on Facebook, and they write me stuff all the time. And it was really great to meet a lot of y'all in person, especially some of the Roniga ladies. It's always a pleasure to meet y'all, and it makes my week worthwhile. You know, I'm running from location to location all the time, trying to watch my wife and all of our friends, and it's great to have a chance to meet some of y'all, so I really appreciate it. I also want to do a shout-out to Maggie Bryan and Kathy Carmody, who were gracious enough to let me appear on the webcast, and I appreciate the 150 or so brand new likes that I got on Facebook in the hour after the webcast, so I really appreciate that. It was a fantastic experience. I'd love to do it again, so anytime, just ask. Now, let's talk about the Barbie Awards. The Barbie Awards, for those that weren't, we have a ton of new followers this year. So for those of y'all that weren't following the website last year, right at the end of the year, going into the beginning of the next year, we do like an Academy Awards for the Sweet Adeline world. And we have a handful of categories, and for the week between Christmas and New Year's, we have this big nomination process where I announce all the nominees who will be up for all of these different awards. And then after New Year's, somewhere around the 2nd or 3rd, we begin the voting process. And I'll put up a list of ways that you can vote for who you think deserves this award. And winners will be announced about a week after New Year's. And I send out actual trophies to all the winners. So last year we had a huge success. We had thousands and thousands of votes. It was a huge boon for the website, and we definitely wanted to do it again. And this year I asked for people to nominate new categories. Last year we had 10 different categories, and we're keeping those, but we're going to add 2 new categories. Y'all chose these, and I appreciate it because I think they're 2 fantastic categories. So nominations again, the official nominations will be announced between Christmas and New Year's. The voting begins this year on Friday, January the 2nd. And if you stay tuned to the website, the Facebook group, all the information will be out there. It'll be super easy for y'all to do. And it only takes a second, and you get a say in who gets to win these awards. So this year, categories that are still the same from last year, and you can look at the website and see what the descriptions of each of these are. There's Video of the Year. There is Quartet and Chorus Costumes of the Year for any of the competitions this year. Director of the Year, Album of the Year, Moment of the Year. It's like the most memorable moments, the most memorable event of the year. Chorus and Quartet Contest Set of the Year, whether it be semifinals, regional level, or international level. We do Sweet Adeline of the Year, the overall, the most influential. Again, all the category descriptions are available online. Contest Song of the Year, one individual song sung at contest that was the best moment of the year as far as the individual song goes. And then finally, our 2 brand new categories this year. Number 1 is choreography of the year. I don't know why I didn't think of this last year, but a lot of people sent that in. They want to know who, basically taking the music out of it, who looked the best on stage, who had the best front row, who had all those different things. So choreography of the year. And a category that's going to be very interesting to see what people choose for the nominees. It's a category saying that in this year, whether it be a director, a chorus, a quartet, whatever, a group, an individual, that proved to the barbershop world this year that they are going to go nowhere but up from this point. And so this next one is called the most likely to succeed category. Somebody who we see hitting the heights in the next few years. Just so you know, this is strictly a barbershophistory.com thing. This is not affiliated with Sweet Adelines International. It's not sponsored by them. It's strictly through the website. Okay, this is a contest I came up with, and it's done through barbershophistory.com solely. For all the stats and all the information that you saw here, that I read to you here, I'm going to post this all. So by the time you see this video, all the information will be posted as an article on the website. So if you want to see all these things that I saw, if you want to be able to look at them in written form and text form, just go to the website. They're already up there. And I think it's going to be, it was a fantastic 2014. I think it's going to be a great 2015. Usually right before the announcements are made for the Barbie Award winners, I'll do a yearly recap for the website and go over all the things that happen with barbershophistory.com, and I hope you'll tune in for that. Our next video should be out in a couple weeks. I hope that everybody that is watching this video and that went to International I got to meet, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. It was a fantastic year at barbershophistory.com, and I'm looking forward to Las Vegas. I hope you are too.